just completed Belinda Bailey's Love Codes course. I feel like I had a whole lot of triggers, I had a whole lot of unconscious behaviors going on that I didn't really understand, I think, and I didn't really understand necessarily the dynamic of the masculine and feminine energy and the way that it's ideal to relate to people. And I guess I would feel, perhaps I would feel masculine in a relationship, but I didn't know I was feeling masculine in the relationship. I would just know that, like I wanted a guy to kind of step up more, or I wanted a guy to take more control, but I didn't really realize that I probably wasn't giving him any space to take control either. Kind of realized that maybe if there wasn't some kind of emotional depth in previous relationships, that it might have been because I wasn't getting there or allowing it to go there as well, which is interesting. And the women being the emotional and spiritual guide, I think, is also another interesting one. So I can't expect a man to kind of become emotional if I'm not willing to, or become vulnerable if I'm not willing to. And so now I'm just a little bit less scared to kind of go in there and say what I think, or how I feel, actually, probably more accurately, because I feel like if I'm not going to do it, we're probably not going to get there. I think like the masculine feminine energy was a big one for me, because I was going to my work where I'm the managing director and being directive, and like I had my battle sticks, so and I think that I probably didn't put them down when I came home, like I softened, but not consciously, if that makes sense. So I would just, still be in proactive mode instead of kind of being able to step back and actually create space for someone else to step up. I think that's a really big one for me. Oh, the other big one for me is to decide on what I want rather than the guy. So not become obsessed with a guy, but with what I want. So that if something doesn't work out, then it's not devastating. It's just another learning. Now I have a guy that I've been friends with for a long time, that it's kind of stepped up a few notches and turned pretty romantic in quite a nice way. And I can just see myself in relation to him acting completely differently to how I did in the past. And it's nice. It's creating a really nice connection between us. So I feel like I'm a lot more open and vulnerable, and instead of being worried about getting hurt, I'm just able to tell him how I feel, or kind of create that depth, which is what I really want. He's stepping up and taking the lead, which is really nice. He was flirting with me a lot over text, and I was just shutting it down. And so I was like, Belle, what do I do? And Laura was just like, Laura, you've got to flirt back, and you've got to get vulnerable. And I was like, oh God, here we go. All right, I'll do it. And actually, when I did do it, it was wonderful. Actually, it was really, really nice, and it kind of took us to a completely different space than we'd been before. I think this is a really good course for career women in particular, but also women that probably aren't feeling soft and open and feminine. I just think I would definitely recommend that you do the Love Codes.